my Spotify, like I do a video thing too. So I think that's going to be the situation. Does that look crooked or no? Today we have a queen coming to reclaim her throne.
This is crazy.
Because she is a returning guest. Today we have my cousin Maddy on the pod. What are your thoughts?
I'm so scared.
I have some like they're like kind of deep questions, but then there's some that are just like
This one's so deep.
then there's some that are like, what's your favorite color? So this is basically going to be the same thing that I did for Abby if you've watched that episode. Yeah, I'm just going to ask Maddy some fun questions and so you guys can get to know her more. Don't be nervy! Because I already know her, so that would kind of be pointless for this to just be like, what's your favorite color? Even though I already know. So, the goal of this is, after you guys listen, I hope you guys can feel like you know Maddy a little bit more.
I have to cut all of it out because I cuss, so I'm trying really hard.
You know, maybe I will change the setting for this podcast just for you, sweetie.
I'm gonna try really hard just to see how long I can last.
This is a good goal for her. Okay, so first question, Maddy. This is a really deep one. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I think, okay, I was like looking at that question and I was like, what am I gonna say? And the first one that came to mind is slow walkers. And I know you guys made fun of me the other day when we were walking in Spokane and I was like miles ahead of you when we were shopping.
She especially shopping, Maddy like sprints. Like it's terrifying.
To be people to see. Yeah. But like in school, it makes me so angry when I'm just stuck behind slow people. And I'm like, it's not that I'm like so jacked up to go to class. I just would like
She's
to
just so ready to go to math.
I would just like to get there.
Mine, I've probably talked about this before, but like loud chewing. Mm-hmm. Literally nothing infuriates me more, but it's actually terrifying.
I don't know why it doesn't bother me. Like I know people always say that, but it just doesn't bother me.
I literally turn into a different type of person if someone's loud chewing next to me. Like, I will go outside. I will avoid it at all costs. So, that's probably mine. Favorite movie or show?
I love Gilmore Girls. Like, I don't watch it anymore, but, like, it was good while it lasted. And it's just, like, it's such a comfort show. But I can't watch it in the summer. It doesn't feel right.
No, you're right.
Winter show. Yeah. I don't watch it in the summer.
I agree with that. Favorite movie?
I love Fast and Furious. It's my guilty pleasure. I shouldn't even be guilty about it. Like, there's so much to love. And it's like, it's not so even... It's so... Paul Walker? Yeah! I'm a fiend. Rest in freaking peace. That man.
What did you say that one time?
I said God took him out because he knew he was too fine. And I will stand on that. I will stand on that. He died too young. It was so sad.
Wait, how old was he?
I actually don't know.
Like 20s?
20s or like 30s. He was in a car crash.
What I actually want to do, I want to do like a blooper video because I think that I cut off.
Shit, he was 40. I am a fake fan.
He was 40, not in his 20s.
Rip.
I think that each episode I cut off like at least 20 minutes of each.
You should make like you know how people have like a Patreon?
Yes.
And you can like add in all the extra clips. But I will say, now that we're talking about Paul Walker, I saw this comment about him the other day on TikTok. And shit, if I can even get to it. Maddy lasted like 5 minutes. Good job. Okay, let me find it. It was like, oh, here it is. I saw an edit. Because I love my edits. I saw an edit of him, and the top comment was, Paul Walker dated 15-year-olds. And then all the comments after that were, I would have been perfect for him then. I'm like, that is me. I don't know who I think it's a lie. I don't think he dated 15-year-olds.
I feel like
if he did, like, I would have been in his...
Yeah. Well, because we know him personally. Like, he's just not the type of person to do that.
Like, he literally... I don't know. I don't believe that. But I'm like, if it's true, like, it worked in my favor, so...
The way someone just randomly like he dated 15-year-olds.
Yeah, that's just the world we live in.
Girl, where are your receipts? Like
he's racist. And it's like
that's the type of thing that I hate is when people will like say like so and so like killed their mom like and they like did all these things, but then it's like bro, he literally purposely like. Anyway, I'll go on a rant about that, but I hate the people who like literally insane. I could talk about it for hours. Like last episode I talked about it for at least like 5 minutes. Like I can't.
Cancel culture sucks. Yeah, it's lame.
Unless, you know, like you say that your mom and your brother and your make up all these lies basically.
And you say you're Australian when you're really not.
If you fake who you are entirely, maybe you should take a little break.
Should be canceled.
No, but like I hate the people that are like so and so did this and this, and it's like, okay, girl, like where are your receipts? Like, I'm not gonna believe you if you have no proof. So give it to me. What's the oldest memory you have? Like this is such a hard. It's such a hard question though.
I have a lot of old memories, and I think I know which one is the oldest, but like I'm not really sure. But I always, when people ask me this, I always say the same thing, and it's a really boring memory. We were driving to somewhere in California, like Southern California, to see my great grandma and like
Taita.
Taita's a G. We love Taita. Taita's 99 and going strong. So no, we were driving down to see her. And I just remember we were driving in like the desert, and I just was sitting in the car of our old Tahoe next to Grant, and I was eating a mixture of Cheerios and cranberries. This is so boring. I was eating Cheerios and cranberries, looking out the window, and there were windmills, and that was the first thing I remember. I think.
Cheerios and cranberries is a crazy combo.
I was a freak. Cheerios and cranberries.
Mine was probably
Dry.
like. Wait, but you wouldn't eat it like with milk. That'd be worse.
No, yeah. I was just shoveling it in my mouth like a little fat ass.
Maddie was so cute. She had such big eyes.
And I had
And
the
she...
biggest glow down.
Honestly, though, all of us did. We all had
We
all had our downfalls.
If you knew me in elementary or middle school, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I think my ugly phase lasted for like a good like 8 years.
Yeah. I was gonna make sense.
I think my entire life I was just ugly. I think mine was like a birthday party or something. Like probably like I feel like it was like
I remember my birthday parties.
little narcissist.
For anyone else's. I had a lit Frozen party. Do you remember that? You came.
Yeah, Maddie.
Maddie's friends from elementary school, and you met them. Yeah. That was crazy.
Maddie's tea parties.
Crazy crossover.
If you were invited to a Madison Alexander tea party, like
you were in the VIP club.
You literally were. Like she had everything. She had
feasted like kings.
And it was so good. Like those are just some of my fondest memories. But
yeah.
And then like Grant, like they were.
Remember when he put all the sprinkles in his hot chocolate and then he choked on them, and I thought he was gonna die. We had hot chocolate in our tea or in the little teapot, and it got them all like gross and grimy. I don't know why we did that, but Grant sat with us, and he put like a crap ton of sprinkles. See how I censored that for you? A huge big scoop of sprinkles in it, and then it was like this much sprinkles in his cup, and then he drank it and he choked, and we all thought he was gonna die. We were just watching him. None of us knew what to do.
Shout out Grant. What do you think Grant would do? Because he's been like, yeah, like get me on the pod. Like he's told me that before.
I think he would actually have fun. Like Grant, I think you'd be impressed at all the things that goes on up here.
Oh, I feel like he thinks about a lot. Like I feel like he does. Like if you actually know him, you're like, this kid is really
about many things. Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. But I think I was like 3, and it was like my birthday or something. See, it was my birthday too. So we're both little narcissists. Like only my birthday.
It was my birthday.
Yeah. What's something you like to do when you're bored? Like, what are some cute little hobbies that you have?
Well, I've been reading.
And what kind of books?
Romance! What? No, like they're not like in my. Oh, I can't expose her like that. I was gonna say, in my defense, they're my mom's books. Anne Marie. I don't think she listens to it, so maybe it doesn't matter. But
I don't think she listens.
no, but they were hers, and then someone lended it to me. I won't expose who that was because they're not like bad though. Like I don't know why I'm worried about it. It's literally like it's a good book. There's like I've seen like 2 pages of it so far of like the bad like the but other than that it's really interesting and I really like it.
That's great.
I just think like I haven't read in so long, like my IQ has just like tanked. So it's like I need to read like teenage stupid millennial cringy romance to like get in the groove.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I can't read books. Like I will I'll sit down and I'll
She can't read.
No, I can't read. No. I'll sit down and I'll like open a book and then I'll just be like I'm really bored.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll like read a page
It's
and then
hard.
and then I'll be like
It's hard to get into it. Yeah.
no. So I listen to audiobooks, but and those are great cuz I just can't sit down and just read. Like I just get so bored. So yeah.
I love to touch the pages. Like I just love to have a book.
Reading just really grounds Maddy.
It does. I feel like such like a little like I just feel so intelligent. Even if I'm reading stupid romance, like I just feel like yeah, I brought my book.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to that?
And what about it?
What do you have to say?
Okay, I love that. Maddie's
Yeah.
also very crafty.
I love to cook.
She loves to cook. She's very wifey. She loves to cook. She's literally Maddie's husband, like future husband, is literally gonna be the most lucky man in the world. Like, imagine if he was watching this.
I'll be waiting.
She's waiting for you, King,
Yep.
and you are gonna be taken care of. What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
I actually do have to think for this one. Do you have one in mind? If you do, you should go first.
Well, I've talked about the car accident on here before because we love trauma dumping. No, we don't. Anyways. One time, my brothers were at the door and this guy was knocking at the door and he thought that it was like, for some reason, the first thing that popped into his head was, oh, this is like a bad person.
That's kind of valid, though.
Yeah.
I would.
And it was a UPS guy, but for some reason my brother thought the UPS guy was going to kidnap us. So all of us ran upstairs and literally thought we were going to die and hid in the closet. And so that was pretty scary because I was like 5 and I didn't really know what was going on. But yeah.
My scariest moment, I forgot about this when we were talking about this the other day, was when someone decided to shut me in my closet.
Oh, no.
I had a walk-in.
The way you whipped your head around, you went, someone decided to shut me in my closet?
It was Grace. I had this walk-in closet when I was little. I was so blessed, truly.
It was her biggest
But
fear.
I was scared shitless of my walk-in closet. I was horrified of it. And probably because, like, I had no organizational skills because I was a feeble little...
But it was a little bit scary. Like, you looked in that closet.
I just threw, like, dolls and crap on the floor, and so there were, like, dolls staring at you when you walked in, and I was like, ooh, I don't like it. Yeah. And the light switch, as most closets are, the light switch is on the outside, and I don't know what sparked this fear, because I don't think it was that dream. I had this crazy dream about this little boy coming out of my closet, like, peeking out of it, and I don't think it was that. I think I was just naturally scared of that closet. And then one day, I, as a good host I am, decided to invite Grace and Abby over to my house. And I was explaining to them about why I was so scared of my closet. And this little menace decides to, I was in my closet, she slams the door shut and shuts off the light.
The way shutting the door, that's actually so evil because shutting the door, it is. Shutting the door is one thing, but turning off the light.
Not letting me open the door. You held it closed. It was so rude. And I almost started crying. I was so mad.
Well, I actually feel bad about that now, but looking back, it's kind of funny the way you, like, literally trauma dumped to me. You were like, girl, I'm so scared of my closet. And then minutes later, I shoved her in the closet that she was afraid of. So,
It was evil.
yeah.
It was evil.
That was really evil of me, and I apologize. No, but, like, I just...
But I don't know why I couldn't think of that the other day, because we talk about it all the time. But I think that was one of my scariest moments.
Yeah, that's engraved in my
I was
brain.
terrified.
Yeah.
I thought that little boy was gonna.
My deepest apologies. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, though.
I don't forgive you.
But, like, also, like, kind of sad, because I just remember you screaming, and I was like, ah! And you're like, Grace! Yeah, that wasn't nice.
It was really scary.
Yeah, little
Okay.
little me was kind of like, I don't know.
House was kind of creepy though, was it not?
Oh my gosh.
Old house.
Her childhood home, like, there's no way to, like, describe it, but there was just
The hall
something.
was really long.
Yeah.
It was like the house was small, and like my dad moved into it like fresh out of college, and then we just all like lived there. But like it was like really small.
Yeah.
But so it was like before we even added on, because we added on like a spare bedroom or whatever. But it's like it had just like it was like the front of the house, like the living room and the family room, whatever. And there was this long, skinny. The hallway was so skinny,
weird.
and it was like windy. And I just didn't, like, whenever I walked in that hallway, I ran. I remember running because it creeped me out.
Well, especially in the dark too, because I remember, like, sleepovers and stuff, just like walking through the hallway and being like scared for no reason, like, you
I
know.
don't know why it was so weird.
But, like, you know, when you just randomly get scared, I feel like that happened a
I
lot.
do that to this day. I'll be walking down my house and I'm like going to bed and I'm like, someone's behind me, and then I'll run.
And you just randomly get that feeling, and you're like, ugh. Yeah, I hate that. Okay. Did I already ask you a favorite childhood memory, or did I? No.
You asked me oldest memory.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Probably, I remember waking up at like, it was me and Grant, and we were so excited for Christmas, and our rooms were across from each other, and it was before Wyatt was born.
Glory days. No, I'm just kidding.
The golden age.
We love you, Wyatt.
I do love you, Wyatt. But it was like Christmas Eve, and we were so excited. I think we woke up at like 3, and he came in my room, and we just, I know, but like we were quiet. We had to wait. Our parents were like, you have to wait until like 7:30 to come and get us. I know. And so I was like, we were such good kids. I like swore, I was like, I will never go and look at the Christmas tree before.
I did that shit
never
all
did
the time. And did you look in the closet?
No.
I snooped in the closet all
I
the
thought
time.
Santa was real.
I knew exactly what I was getting, and I would have to open the presents and like pretend to be surprised. But like from a very young age, I was like, no, Santa's not real, because my mom ruined it for Abby.
I held on to it, but like one day I got the courage to ask, and I was like, Mom, Santa real? In the Safeway parking lot, and she was like, nope. And I was like, cool.
That's so sad. I remember because Abby, I think she was like really young. She was like 4. And she saw my mom putting presents under the tree, and it was like the most heartbreaking thing ever, because she was like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, she didn't know. And I just like think back to that, and I'm like, that is so sad. But like I kind of just like figured it out from a young age. I was like, no. But I also had like way older brothers, so they were like,
Yeah.
Santa's not real.
They ruined it. We just played board games for like 7 hours. Or like 5 hours. It wasn't that long. We were up at like 2 in the morning. But it was really fun.
I love. Okay. This is a hard question too, I feel like. But fave song and album right now.
Oh my god.
So song?
Song?
It's so hard because there's so many songs.
I've been jamming out to Am I Okay by Megan Maroney. I listened to it like 4 times today. And then Sandpaper by Zach Bryan. I love that song. And then, yeah, those 2 I've been listening to on repeat. Album, though, I have to say Sunburn.
Till the day we die.
I think I will say though, I don't like Mama's Boy. I don't like Mama's Boy. But I like literally every single song on there and I listen to it all the time. Yeah. But like I don't know, album is so hard cuz I love so many, but I love Sunburn the most, I think.
Love. Same. What's something not a lot of people know about you? I feel like that's a hard question.
I had adenoid surgery. I always pull this card when the stupid icebreakers like in class. I hate the first 2 weeks of school. I hate the stupid. Let's do presentations about each other and
like no, I don't wanna.
Like, can we just learn something and like be done? I don't care about these people. That's mean, but like come on, like it's annoying. But I always, when they're like write down 3 facts about you that no one knows, I always say I'm like I had adenoid surgery and like 2 other BS ones.
Mine was always that I had a twin. If Abby and I were in separate classes, I was like,
yeah,
I hated those two. Like
I don't really know why. I can't remember why. I think I don't think I had trouble breathing. I think I just like something.
She was quirky.
It was the weirdest. Like I remember going under and then I remember coming out, my mom shoving a grape popsicle in my face and I hated the flavor grape. I was like, You
were just immediately disgusted right after you woke up.
I was like going like this. I was like, and she's like, eat it. And I was like, Mom. What the But yeah. And then my friends came over. I don't know if you guys ever came and visited.
I wasn't invited after I shoved you in the closet.
No. All my friends, like, well, they would come over. Like, Natalie brought me something, and we were really close. She brought me like a shake or something. That's so nice. When I was like bedridden. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. It was it's like a vague memory, but yeah. I had my adenoids taken out.
She's so quirky for that. What's something you're passionate about? It's a hard question.
Something I'm passionate about. I don't know. I want to say like my relationships with people. Yeah. Because I think those are some of the things that mean the most to me. But I feel like everybody would say that. But it's like.
Well, surprisingly, I feel like some people don't care. They're just. They just have like surface level relationships.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was very blessed and lucky with the friendships I had going into like middle school and elementary school and high school. So I definitely value those a lot, and I also value the friends I've made in high school and like all that stuff. But yeah, I was trying to think of like things that I do, and I was like, I don't know, like school, like yeah, like I guess I'm passionate about school because like I care a lot about the grades I get. Yeah. But I feel like that's kind of different. I agree. But and it's like sports, like volleyball was ruined for me, so I'm like I'm good on that one.
Same girl.
But I would say yeah, like relationships and stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Okay? Speaking of school, I didn't even mean to do this, but. What's your favorite subject in school?
Oh my god. Mulgen! I'm such a nerd. No, I loved Mulgen. Mr. Stratton, best teacher ever. That class was so much fun. Literally, no homework in that class. Not a day of homework. It was just lab after lab after lab, and it was so much fun. Yeah. And it's like... that class was like proof that like I know people come up with like all these like complex like curriculums and stuff, but it's like we opened like a book once for like references, but it's like he never deliberately like told us take this test, do this, like do this assignment, read this. Like we never had to do that. It was just labs, and it's like you learn all that from experience, and it was so cool. So I'm like, that was a reality check, because I was like, you don't really need all the homework and stuff to learn something.
No, like the hands-on stuff I feel like is the best way, because it's like my thing when I was little is I was just like, why can't I just learn everything I need to know in school? But that was also because I hated homework and hated school in general. But
yeah, that's okay though. That's valid.
Yeah. Okay. What's a regret you have? I didn't say biggest regret because I was like, biggest regret's kind of like, what's your biggest secret? And I was like,
no drama.
No.
What's a regret I have? I don't know how emotional we're getting. Probably like I wish that I know we couldn't really control it, but that like me and Grant didn't drift so far apart in like middle school, because like we went to two separate schools. But I also will say though, I don't think he listens, but I'm gonna expose him a little bit. But like I remember when a certain someone was bullying me on the playground, and I went up to him. I was like, Grant, can you help me? He was like playing football, and he was like, no. And I was like, all right, fine. But yeah,
That's so funny.
so it was like we couldn't really like, we never saw each other except for like after school, but we had a little split, and now we're like being buds again, but he's leaving for college. So
Well, it's so hard with like boy girl siblings because you just have not a lot in common most of the time,
especially in that stage, like in middle school, when you're still figuring out what you like.
I don't think I would be close to like a brother that was still that close to me. I feel like that's just hard.
It's difficult. Yeah.
What's something you think about too often?
What's something I think about too often?
That can be like deep or just like dumb.
I think about like, I'm not depressed, but I think about like dying a lot. Yeah. Like I'll be driving on the street and I'm like, I could literally like just
I feel like that's more like an impulse thing. Yes, like oh my god,
they happen all the time.
Yeah, those are so scary though, because you're like,
or I'll be like walking in like, oh my god, the one time we had a layover in LA on our way home from Arkansas. And LA, the worst airport in the freaking world. I hate LAX. It's horrible. But I was literally like, I'm gonna see a famous person here. Like there's gonna be somebody when I turn. So I was like scanning. I was scanning. Like I always think that like, what if when we were at Topgolf, I literally told Carly, I'm like, what if Garrett Clark just like showed up?
that'd be crazy.
Like I think about that all the time too. Dying and celebrities. My life is so
Dying and celebrities. What's mine? I don't know. Oh my god, the worst impulse thought is when you're like at the nail salon or you're like getting your like toes done and you're like, I could literally kick this girl right now. Like
I almost do because of the freaking
and then you start like sweating. So you're like, I'm gonna do it, but then you don't.
Yeah,
that happens to me a lot.
I hate pedicures because I can't stand being tickled like that. You're invading.
Yes, but then they like apologize and then I feel bad. I'm like, no, it's my fault.
I'm literally like death gripping, like sweating on the chair, trying not to like make a face. Like it is so uncomfortable.
You're like tweaking out. You're like,
I am. I hate it. I'll just do my own toes.
Right?
Like,
oh my god, it's so uncomfy. What's your coffee order?
I love this question. It definitely depends where I'm going.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if I'm going to Starbucks, which I go way too often, I love a good brown sugar shake and I love a good cold brew. Yeah, but if I'm going to Fiddler's, what do I get at Fiddler's? I love caramel macchiatos. I love my chai with 2 shots. I like have to alternate. Like I don't know how people go and get one thing every time. That's boring. No. You gotta live a little. Yeah. So I always like one time I got like a mocha from Fiddler's with coconut milk and it was really good. Yeah, so I'm like, sometimes I just drive up and I don't even know what I want and I don't know. But like Avenue, I always get either a vanilla latte half sweet with oat milk or a chai with 2 shots. Yeah. But the chai always does me dirty. Yeah. Like my tummy cannot stand that.
I agree. No. You know what I've been getting recently at Avenue? Because Lena gets it. Mm-hmm. What is it? It's a raspberry lotus with cream. And I don't like sweet things, but I really like it.
I think I need to give Lotus a shot.
It's really
Because I always bash on people that drink.
Oh, me, 100%, me too. For me, it's like I can't deal with the complicated orders. Like, just it doesn't have to be that hard. But
also, like, just you're kind of a wussy for not drinking coffee.
I agree.
I don't mean that personally. I'm just saying.
No, but I kind of agree. But the lotuses are also like so cute, like the fun colors. And, like,
why did I say it like that?
They are.
I will say, if they're offering free ones at football games, of course I'll go get one. I don't dislike it. Like, I don't hate it. But I'm just saying, like, and then it's the same people that are like, you put so much sugar in your coffee. It's like,
you're like, you're drinking syrup.
Look at the nutritional facts on your Lotus and tell me that I have more sugar in my coffee. It makes me angry.
Yeah, I know that's annoying. But I do like that order. So you need to try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still believe you're a good person if you drink Lotus, but I just don't come at me for drinking coffee. Yeah. You know?
Well, but I was also kind of psychotic when I was little, so I kind of understand people's judgment. Because, like, I would just drink my mom's black coffee. Like, I've always...
You were crazy. I remember when you would do that.
I have always loved coffee. And, like, I will stand by if you're getting, like, an iced latte with 4 pumps of vanilla and caramel, then you don't actually like coffee. No. Like, you like...
orders that I see on my reels, it's not... 8 sugar, 20 caramel... 10 cream, 1 coffee. Like that. one coffee. No, yeah. If you're getting all that stuff in it, then you don't actually like coffee. You're just a sugar fiend. Reality check. Yeah.
Get Lotus at that point. Okay, ideal weekend plans.
The beach. That was
the beach.
Oh, we haven't gone to the beach yet at all this summer or last summer.
But we don't have good beaches. Like, our beaches are cold.
Oregon has... Yeah. Oregon has good beach. Cannon Beach. You like Cannon Beach? I love Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is my childhood.
I just think our beaches are terrible.
But Oregon coast is good.
Yeah, I guess.
Not the Washington coast. The Washington coast is a rainforest. But I love Oregon coast. I love it.
I just hate that we have to drive so far to get to the beach. I just want to be at the beach.
But I love
just
the beach day. Yeah. And I love, like, the little shops at Cannon Beach. They're so cute. Yeah. But also shopping.
She loves shopping.
I love shopping.
She's
I'm trying to get a job to compensate for it, but I just love shopping.
It's such a difficult balance, I feel. Like, I'll get a paycheck, and then I'm like, I'm gonna just spend all of it. Yeah. Biggest ick in a guy. I have so many.
This is such a nice question.
If you breathe, if you...
No, I love men. Yeah. I love them. Yeah. Definitely.
I just realized how horrific my posture's been this entire time I've been like this. Just like what?
Definitely sensitivity. Like I'm a sensitive person, but I'm not overly sensitive. Overly sensitive people in general, I cannot.
No. Because it's like if you're overreacting more than I would, like there's an issue. Yeah. Like there's definitely an issue.
Exactly. What else? I hate it when people are rude to like customer service workers. That is so disgusting. You need help.
That's an immediate red flag, I feel like. Yeah. It's just like,
yeah.
Who do you think you are?
And then I have so many. I just I don't want to come at people.
I'm trying to think. I hate.
Like I love this topic. I'm just trying to think of a good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people.
People. I hate arrogance. Yeah. I just hate that. When you think you're above everyone else, it's like, boy, calm down. If anything, if your ego's like here, you're like down here.
The
like
way
you're.
It was like a teacher. If it's here,
if it's here, then you're down here. Like, you're bottom of the barrel. Disgusting idiot. Anyways.
Was like, oh, lack of work ethic.
Yeah.
How do you think you're gonna get anywhere in this world?
How do you sleep at
How
night?
do you think? Like, it just, and I don't even think like lazy is the right term for it. It's just that like especially the people that already have everything that they need, and they're like, I don't need to do that.
Oh my god.
Bro,
The mommies money.
get out.
I can't deal with that.
Get out.
I cannot deal with that. How are you going to survive if you just receive money for sitting on your butt?
My
Like,
kids are not getting an allowance.
yeah.
If I have boys, they will not grow up like that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna grow up and be like, my mommy's just gonna give me money and like.
I mean, like not a lot. No.
A weekly allowance? No. That is crazy.
Not the weekly allowance. Like, if I I feel like when I was younger, we were just expected to like, okay, like go do the dishes. It wasn't like go do the dishes and I'll give you $10.
Like,
like if I did get money, it was like $5, like max, like max.
We had a short chart and then it didn't work, so we threw that away. But we never got. I got money for grades. Yeah. I know people do that.
Same.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah. But it's like not just for existing. I'm not gonna pay you at the end of the week just for
like you did a good deed. Here's $10. No. That's oh my god. Yeah, I
can't with people like that.
No. Oh my god. The mommy's money drives me insane. I'm like, how are you gonna ever live? No. How are you gonna survive? What ways do you feel you're misunderstood? That's a big question. You're just like the victim in like every situation ever.
I think I'm misunderstood.
Yeah. Like in situations where someone just is like
You might argue with me on this one. I don't think I'm that much of a kiss ass. I don't think I am.
I think that you're a little bit of a kiss ass.
I am, but if you saw the other people in my class, you would not. Mm-hmm. You would not. And it's like, I just don't like. And people take like me as like when teachers are talking like me like nodding because I do
that all the time. No. I do that because I like feel bad because everyone else is like doing their own stuff and you want them to be like.
And I'm like,
you want them to feel seen.
Yeah. I see you. I do it all the time, and some people like to call me a kiss ass.
That's what happened. My phone died. So yeah, we got Starbs. What'd you get, Maddy?
I got a grande peach green tea with coconut milk and a pump of honey.
Love. And I got
drugs. Jeez.
I got an energy drink. This is their new ones. What is it? A melon burst.
Energy.
But it doesn't taste like melon. It just tastes like carbonated passion tea. And it's pretty good. So it's literally 5:30. Okay, where were we? We were talking about you being a kiss ass. And my thing is that I don't think you're a kiss ass. I think that I think you're like a little bit of one. Like I think that you're like a tiny bit. But I feel like since you've been called a kiss ass for the first time, everyone's like notices every little thing you do and they think that it's you being a kiss ass. But it's really not. So
See, I want to explain myself, but I'm going to sound like more of a kiss ass explaining myself. Because I was going to say I genuinely like my teachers. Yeah. But then people are like, oh.
She doesn't hate her teachers, kiss ass.
Girl, like, if you like your teachers, But, like, I don't know. I'm going to have some new teachers next year, so we'll see how long this actually lasts. You're kiss ass. But like, was I a kiss ass to Keegan?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think that we have a French teacher at our school, and I feel like she's just very like motherly. Like we all just like
in that class, we had 6 kids in our class, so we were like,
we all just like genuinely love her. So it's like a close bond more than like being a kiss ass. It's like love you, queen.
But it's also like there are benefits. Yeah. Like I may have been a little bit of a kiss ass to my English teacher, and not in a weird way because he is a guy, but I got great grades on my essays because he knew I was a good person. So,
well, and like
it's not all costs. There are benefits,
and like no one talks about that either. But it's like
not me advertising.
There definitely are.
Try it.
So if you want, be a kiss ass.
If you want good grades, be a kiss ass.
There definitely are benefits. But then some teachers, like, there's like extreme kiss asses, where like some teachers are like, ugh, like. Pathetic. But then like
it's like, oh, you're doing too much. I've never gotten there.
There's genuinely like a fine line. I feel like maybe that will just be the thumbnail, is me just like sad that the camera was dying. We were looking at the end of the video, and I was like, look at the part where the camera starts dying, and my face is like
so scared.
Do you have any goals or things you want to work on like in the future? Or do you just want to sit around and be lazy?
No. I do want, like, I want to be able to read, like, a intellectual book and, like, actually enjoy it. Which sounds like the nerdiest thing on the planet. I just realized.
But it's a flex, I feel like. Like, some people who are, like, say, like, oh, I've been reading this book. And I'm like.
Like, I want to read, like, Pride and Prejudice and enjoy every bit of it. Yeah. You know? But I don't know if that's even possible.
I'm like, yeah.
Goals? I'm trying to think of like on like a more shallower level rather than like,
I feel like that's a good goal.
Depression or like something.
Fix all mental health problems.
Depressed. But I don't really know.
I feel like that was a good answer. Yeah.
No.
No, because there's people where they're like, I'm reading this, and you're like, I don't know what that book title means. Like, So I feel like that's a flex. Yeah. Is there anything you wish you would have stuck with that you did when you were little?
I just did something really cringy on camera. I went like this, and then I shook my head.
Wait, what?
That's a flex, and I was like, and then I went. Soccer. U10 soccer was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Soccer as a kid was so much fun. And I stopped because I had the worst coach ever. She was like, well, we weren't on the same team. You guys, like, because you guys were at the middle school. I was still in elementary, like, this little kid soccer. And I had this coach, and she was, like, late to every practice, and she would show up with, like, McDonald's. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, she was a fat ass. Like, she literally would show up with McDonald's. And I was like, oh, girl. Yeah. Oh. And so we would, like, start practice ourselves.
You know it's bad when they can't do the warm-ups with you. Yeah.
And I'm like, this lady definitely played maybe middle school soccer, and that's all the experience.
Well, and that's not even, like, me insulting someone. It's just, like, as a coach.
Yeah.
If you can't explain it, you need to be able to do it.
And I wish I did it in middle school because I think I'd have fun.
No, I purposefully, when I played soccer, I was on defense because I hate running.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was a goalie.
She was the goalie.
I kicked ass as a goalie.
Oh my God.
I was so mid, but I had fun.
Yes. No, soccer was fun when we were little.
I loved soccer.
Yeah, I did gymnastics for like 2 years, and I was terrible, but it was so fun.
I remember your gymnastics.
It was so fun, and I wish that I actually got good. But
I wish I kept up with like drawing and stuff. Yeah. Because I think, and that is also nerdy. But like,
I love it. I love it.
I think I'd be like pretty decent if I did.
I agree. It was so weird. It was so weird because I think I was good at it. No. What was I gonna say? Oh, when we had art class, for some reason, I would just pull this random like artistic ability out of my ass. But then if I would try and draw at home, I would be terrible. So I don't know like what.
It's about the environment.
I don't know what was going on, but what's your favorite fashion trend?
My favorite fashion trend. I have so many. Okay.
There's so many, it's just hard to think about.
Something you should know about me. I spend way too much damn time on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I love straight leg jeans. I hate skinny jeans.
Literally, I've talked about this on this podcast like 10,000 times. If you have learned anything, or if you take away anything from this podcast, never ever wear skinny jeans ever again.
I don't think they look good on anybody. No, I agree. I don't think even like the BBL Latina queens, at the very least, you should have like the skinnier straight leg ones where there's room around your ankle and your shins. I don't understand, why would you want jeans to be skin tight? I think it is hideous.
So uncomfy.
It's hideous, and I hated skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I hated them.
Yeah.
My first pair of jeans as a kid, I tried to poop in them because I hated them so much. Yeah. I literally stood
That's so valid.
And I was like
That's so valid though. Like I hated wearing jeans.
No, but I love like straight leg, wide leg jeans. I love sweaters. You know, like the Copenhagen aesthetic.
No.
Linen pants and like button downs. Like Europe in the fall and summer. Like I
love that too.
Scrumptious. I love it. I love it. And I love these. I love rectangle sunglasses. I love them so much. I have so many fashion trends I love. What else? I love big sweaters. But like jeans are just a big one for me. Flare leggings. Oh my god. If flare leggings ever go out of style, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what, because I know that people would shade me for wearing them, but I live in flare leggings.
It's comfy.
They're
like
the best. They're my favorite pants.
Yeah. I don't like how leggings look on me, but I love like the flare leggings. Like when I see a girl wearing like the flare leggings.
I love flare leggings.
Yeah.
They're
so cute.
They're so cute.
Okay. Well, you kind of already answered this question, but what's a fashion trend you think should die?
Well, skinny jeans. And I also
like the 2000s like jeans and dresses. I think is weird.
Yeah, dresses, no dresses on top of jeans. You're weird. No. Don't do that. I also like hate like the 2020 Y2K aesthetic when everybody was going mentally insane and locked in their houses, so we all put on the craziest shit. Yeah. I took a part in that, and those pictures will never see the light of day.
What's Y2K? Isn't that like the neon? Is
like
that neon?
Neon, like 80s, but like not 80s. They like look weird. Don't mind me.
I need to see this.
Okay, so like these ones are like cute. Like this kind of, and like.
Oh, I kind of know what you're talking about.
But like, you remember like our longboard era?
Yeah, I do.
We would wear during that.
Like tie-dye? Okay.
And like.
Yeah, I think that needs to bye-bye.
Like this shit. What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't like it.
On. And like, I don't know. Like, part of me looking back like this, I would save this to my Pinterest board and be like, I'm gonna wear that. If for those who aren't watching, it's like a purple and blue bright colored flannel and like green cargo pants and slides and socks. Like, it's just
so like dress like a stoner kind of.
Yeah, and then like just random like short shirts that are just like way too cropped and like weird prints. Like, it's just like
just weird. It's like okay, this is still going on now, but like when you walk in a store and there's just like really weird like out there things, and that's just the whole store. Like, I feel like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, there was this phase when you would walk into Target and it would be like just all this weird like bright colored stuff, and there was like no normal.
Like the clothes?
Yes, and there's like no normal like basic stuff anymore. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's still happening, but it happened like a couple years ago.
They've gotten so much better. Like, now they have like basics. I remember when it like switched and I was like,
what is going on? Yeah, but I remember my Aunt Trina and I would like walk into a store and it would be like bright orange, like weirdly cropped like sweaters.
I love Emma Chamberlain, but like the fuzzy. Sorry, you're fine. like the fuzzy jackets and like the crop. Like what's going on?
There was just this phase where it was just there were no normal clothes, and you're like, Kate, how are you supposed to just shop for everyday things? And so that was annoying.
Like just like all the stuff, and I just love like good classy
Basics
things, and it's like we would wear like the big plastic $2 beads as like necklace, and I'm like, what was going on?
I don't know. I think everyone. Here's what I think it is. Because no one was going out in public. So they were like, I'm going to wear the weirdest stuff possible now because I can.
Yeah.
I think that's what was going on.
It is like nostalgic though. It's like, oh, like 2020, like COVID and TikTok. But it's also like depression and
well, you think about it and you're like, that was like a good era, but that was also like a really bad era.
For everybody. Yeah. No one's prime. No.
Except like Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah.
And she's doing I actually love it now because she's doing like old dances and stuff and I'm like, that's so cute. Like good for you.
I know. It brings me back.
It's so good. I love it.
That was like, it's like the sad thing. I remember like right before COVID hit, or like all of 2019 and then the beginning of 2020 when like no one knew what COVID was yet. And like just like all of social media was just like in its prime. Yeah. Like everybody was doing amazing, and I literally like that. I wish I could just go back and just see the same things on my For You page because I had so much fun. Yeah.
That was great.
Everyone was thriving.
Everyone was thriving.
Crash and burned.
Yeah, literally. Well, the bad thing about that was that everyone was getting their information off social media, and it was just like insane. I just remember like just my opinions about literally like everything. And I'm like, how did you ever think that? And it's like because you were seeing
no logic.
No, and you were seeing like getting all of your news from like TikTok. Like
yeah.
That was such a scary time, but I'm also like,
the political statements I made as a middle schooler.
It's literally insane.
Horrible.
Just looking back is weird, but anyways, what was your most embarrassing moment so far in your life? Because I have literally embarrassed myself every day, but
embarrassing moment. I know I have other ones. Oh, what? Arizona. I flashed a bunch of people.
Wait, your other time in Arizona?
My first time in Arizona.
Do you want to tell that story, like, briefly?
Yeah.
This is literally, okay, just before we start, you need to listen, because this is the...
I'm not going in depth.
No, but...
If you want the in-depth story, you're going to have to become very close friends with me.
Yes.
This is exclusive.
This is how good this full story is that I would literally become friends with Maddy just so you can hear this story. Like, it's so good. Okay. Like, don't be fake, but, like, be like, hey. No. Like, do you want to tell? Okay, anyways. Tell your trauma.
Basically, we went to Arizona spring break of my freshman year. And we flew into Phoenix, and then we did, like, a road trip. And we ended up driving to, like, the Grand Canyon, and the trip was...
Wait, this was your freshman year? Why do I feel like this was, like, 2 weeks ago?
Grace, what?
Yeah. I feel like this was, like...
This was my freshman year.
Why does it feel like it happened, like, yesterday? Okay, anyway.
No. Bryce can vouch for me because he was in Phoenix at the same time, and we were, like, talking about... He told me to go to Waffle House. My family owes their life to him now because all they talk about is Waffle House. But anyways, so we went to this... We, like, were driving around. We drove back to Phoenix. We were staying at this resort for, like, the last 2 days of our trip. And they had, like... It was a nice resort. Our room wasn't very nice, but it was, like... They had this huge pool and, like, water park and all this stuff, and it was really cool. And so we had been down at the pool for, like, 6 hours maybe, and it was, like, the end of the day. And they were getting ready to close, and we were like, all right, we should go back up to the room. And my dad had this great idea. He was like, Maddie, let's go on the water slide. And so they had 2 water slides. One was like a like twisty, turny one, and it goes in like the pool. And the other one was just straight down, just flat, and no like tube. It's just like a half pipe. Is that what they're called? I can't remember. I don't know.
Half pipe.
It's like this. It's not like a circle. It's like this. And so we were going down, or like whatever. That was the slide. And so we go up to the thing, and my dad goes first. And then I was like, okay. And so I'm like sitting in the thing, and it goes in like a little trough of water. It doesn't go into like a pool. And so I go down. And the guy was telling me, he was like, all right, make sure you cross your arms, cross your ankles, keep them crossed. And I was like, okay. And so I went down. I'm so bad at telling this story, but I went down, and I was like halfway down the slide maybe, and it was so steep, like my body started coming off the slide, and like I was like going like this, and I was looking down, and I was like, oh shit.
Well, was it the kind of slides where they like press the button and you're like this?
No, it wasn't like super super steep, but it was like pretty steep. Okay. But it's not the ones where you're like in the tube and then they press it. It's like you're like sitting on the ground, like loading up, mentally preparing, and then crossing your arms and going down. And so I went down, my body started like fall up, like forward. And I was like, oh shit. So I uncrossed my arms and my legs uncrossed because I was panicking, and I pull myself back down on the slide, and I'm going down. So I'm just like flying down this slide so fast, and my legs are uncrossed and my arms are gripping onto the sides.
So basically everything that he told you not to do, but your mind just goes blank because you're panicking.
I was panicking. So I was like, I'm going to die. So I gripped onto the slide for life. And I think I like blacked out because I literally don't remember most of the slide. I just like remember laying down, and I'm like covered in water, and I like opened my eyes, and I was like looking around, and there were 2 lifeguards on either side, and they had glasses on, so I couldn't see what their facial expressions were, but they were just looking at me. And then I look around, and there's like all these little families over here, and I was like, all right, cool, that was fun. And so I reach over with both hands to like push myself up because I'm still like frazzled, and I just feel my boob on this one right here, and it was just out. And
okay, but my biggest issue with this is that no one told you. No, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if I was the lifeguard.
Guys. None of them were girls. They were
Oh,
guys.
then that makes sense. So they would be awkward about that.
Like, it was a girl, she'd be like, ooh,
like, hey girl.
Ooh, hey
yeah.
Girl. Ooh, yeah. And like run. But like they were just like staring at me, and I was like, and so I get up and I realize that it's not covered, and so I freaking throw that thing under my swimsuit and I book it, and there's all these little kids that are like just staring at me, and I was like, oh my god, I just scarred.
Okay, but the thing is, it's not like they haven't seen boobs before.
But it's like yeah, but it's like I feel like at that age you don't really remember what boobs look like.
Maybe like the little boys haven't, but like the little girls are like.
But it's like I don't remember. I don't know. But so I ran over to my dad, and I was bawling my eyes out, and I was scarred, and I just was like horrified, and my mom was trying to console me. She was like, it's okay, honey, that happens all the time to me too, and I was your age. And I was like, oh cool, thank you. And we go up to the room, and some other things happen, and something really crazy and insane happens.
That's some VIP information.
But
so if you want to know, be friends with Maddy.
Basically, I was emotionally scarred and physically scarred. I was injured.
And that's the story.
If you want the rest of it, we will have to have a very close relationship because this is exclusive
information.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the best story you've ever heard.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
Okay.
Water slide ever again.
I don't like water slides personally.
I will go down the ones that have like turns, but I'm not going down like a straight down. you can't pay me to do that.
My thing is that I'll go if it's like an open one, but I hate the fastness and like the dark mixture.
The fastness and the dog.
And the dog. I just hate that I can't tell when it's gonna be over. I think that's probably because I hate it in the first place. But I'm just like, okay, when is this gonna be over?
I'm not like an adrenaline junkie. No. I don't know. I think that's probably why I didn't like skiing. Because I didn't like I will go skiing and I'll have fun. But it's like I can't just force myself to just bomb down a hill. I'm not like that.
No. Well, my thing is that I like skiing, and I'm fine with like heights, like anything involved with heights, like zip lining and stuff. I think that's fun.
I love zip lining.
But anything to do with like drops, no. And I hate the water slide thing because it's dark and you're like, okay, when is this gonna be over? Is this gonna slow down? Like, it's literally terrifying. Anyway, so I don't like that. What's something you would tell your younger self knowing what you know now? It's a cute question. Just like gassing myself up. I'm like, so original. It's not like anyone else has ever said that ever.
What would I tell my younger self? I think I would just sit her down and just like have a big chat about so many things.
You'd be like, sis, buckle up.
Girl, get ready. I think I would start out and just be like, no one really gives a crap about, and I know like that is the most cliche thing to say, but it's like I wasn't like afraid of going to high school, but I was definitely nervous because I thought, I have to put on this like persona and like wear certain but it's like nobody, and like I think I would also say like it is crazy how just being confident in yourself and what you look like and who you are, how that just like that's all you really need. You don't need like, yes, like you obviously need like people in your life, but it's like that's where your happiness comes from, because at the end of the day, if you're friends with a bunch of people, whether they're great friends or not, but you hate yourself, you're not getting anywhere. And I just like if that's anything I've learned in the past 3 years, like that's definitely one of them. And I think I would have loved to hear that as a kid. I probably wouldn't have computed. I would have been like, okay.
Couldn't have said it better. I would just tell myself to talk to people. Because little me was low-key weird. Like, I would like... I'm not proud of this just like goes to show, like, I wouldn't talk to people, but then if I knew you well, I would do something like shove you in a closet and turn off the lights. Like, that's... Like, that's... No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah. I think I would just be like, girl, you have to speak. Like, at some point.
Yeah. And I also think, like, I think I was so afraid of making friends with, like, bad people. Yeah. But it's, like, everyone does it. And, like, that's okay. Yeah. And it's, like, not like those people are horrible, but it's, like, you have to learn what you like and what you don't like, whether that's in a romantic way or not. Like... You can't just be afraid of, I don't want to be friends with the wrong people, like, so I'm not gonna be friends. No, you have to meet people, and like, and I think I was so closed off for at least the first year of high school. It's really bad.
I didn't like go to any like sports things. I was just like school and then go home.
I went to close to no football games my freshman year, and that might be one of my biggest regrets, because I've freaking love football.
So fun.
I love football. Yeah. And I am the epitome of like a white football girl, like freak. It's so nice.
And I feel like for us it was definitely different because we went to like a private, like really small school, and so you're already like set back so much socially to where you just like, well, at least I felt like I felt like so like disconnected and like.
And that's what's so sad is like I had such an amazing experience at St. Joe's, and like I love it so much. And I used to like when people would be like, St. Joseph's the worst. I'd be like, what are you talking about? But it's like, now I'm like, yeah.
It takes a very certain, I feel like, type of person, but that doesn't go to say that.
There's a lot of amazing perks, and it's like one of the best communities I've ever been a part of, but it's like, it sets you back a lot.
No, it definitely takes a certain type of person, and that's not to say that the school wasn't great, because we both had great experiences.
I loved it. It's what I needed. I was bullied out of freaking public school. Like, I needed that. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for it. But I understand. I get when people say, like, St. Joe's. Yeah. Like, I get it, but I'm like, okay, I might not agree all the way, but I understand, and I can see where you're coming from.
Well, and I totally get it takes a certain type of person, because, like, little me didn't want to talk to people anyway, so I was like, But then I got to high school, and I was like, I literally feel like such a, like, outsider and, like, a little freak, because you're, like, socially you are not used to that environment at all, so that was really hard, but yeah.
But it's amazing. Like, the people there are some of the best people I know, but it definitely, like, there's definitely a little bit of a cost to it. Yeah.
Agreed. But amazing school. Yeah. After listening, this is your last question. That's so hard. Okay. What? This is so sad. Okay. After listening to the podcast, what would be one thing you'd want people to know about you? That's hard. Choose one thing. Yeah. What do you want your legacy to be?
Oh my God. Legacy's crazy. I don't know. One thing I want people to know about me? Yeah.
Like, what's something important that you feel like? I don't know.
I don't know. This is hard. I'm also really bad at, like, giving myself credit for things. That is such a pick-me thing to say.
No, it's not.
Like, if you want one thing, like, I'm such a good person. Not that I would ever say that, but it's like, I feel like I'm well-rounded. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Let me think.
You think.
I feel like Maddy is always, I feel like when it comes to everyone, she's always supportive. Aww. She is. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be able to say that.
No.
I would be able to be like,
well,
I'm such a supportive
no, and I totally get that. But yeah, because it's hard to give yourself compliments. I think Maddy is just very, like, she makes everyone feel loved. Aww. She does. And so I think that's really important. So yeah, how's your experience?
It was nervous. But I chilled out. Yeah. It was fun.
Did you feel like
I felt like an influencer? You did? I felt like I was like, oh yeah.
On Zach Singh? Yeah. I love you, Zach Singh. I want your job. I love you. Oh my gosh, literally. He is just such a great interviewer. Like, I can't. He's like top 10 people I would want to meet. Yeah. That's like famous, because he just seems so nice. I'm like, I want to be your friend.
Podcasters are the best.
Yes. Oh my God.
I want to meet them all.
Me too. Emma Chamberlain. Honestly, I would love to get Cody Ko. I would love to get, like, the lore from Tana. Like, I'm like, girl, what do you know? Because I know.
I just want to have one conversation with Tana and Brooke and just see where it goes. Because I feel like it'd be a little bit of a culture shock. I'd be like, oh my God.
They know so much that no one else knows.
They're so out there. Yeah. Like, I'm scared. But I would want to speak to them. Yeah.
Okay. That's all we have for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you want Maddy back, tell me. If you hate her.
Like, oh no.
If you hate her, don't tell me. Because I'll report you. Okay. Bye.